portfolio management solution, just to set the grounds, it's just I'll tell you a little bit about the use case. So basically, in the portfolio management solution, it's more, of course, it's more project management. And then don't go by the word like you will think that okay, it's just related to project management, but it's not, and I will explain you why. So project management, and then what's the difference? Of course, you guys know what is portfolio management. Portfolio management means you just have several projects under that umbrella, because it's like several projects, so you call it as a portfolio, right? There is a portfolio, and under that it's an umbrella, and then under that you have several projects, right? There can be different verticals, but basically the idea is you have a portfolio management board where you have all the projects. And then, of course, in order to execute that project, you will need a separate task, right? There are standardized tasks, right, to be operated. So that's the funda. Now let's see what Monday has given us. And this is very cool feature, and a lot of the customers are very happy with it because it was in beta, and when it came out, it was really very hit. And everybody was like, okay, when is getting released? But Monday took its own time, and now it's releasing on gradual basis. So how you add that solution is, of course, this is one more mandate I wanted to tell you here is this solution is only for enterprise, right? So if you are on basic or pro, and if you have this requirement, definitely it's a good after today's webinar, you will say, yes, if there is a requirement, I will strongly suggest you to go for enterprise, because this solution itself, like, it will change your perspective, and I will tell you. So now how you add, so already on our account, it's already been added, right? So that's why, so whenever you will click here, you could see. So now I'm sure, though, for those who have, it's not added, you won't be able to see this, because you are whenever you will click something, it starts from here, like new board, new doc. But you can see here the project management, right? New project and new portfolio. So so if you don't have it, if you don't see, right, maybe after a week, wait for a week, and still if you don't see, and you are enterprise, definitely reach out to your account manager from Monday, and then maybe they'll be able to let you know what is the status of adding it to your account, right? Okay. So I'm just going to click here and add this new portfolio. The moment I add it, just like board, right, it will ask you the privacy level, right? And then I'm going to say create. And they've given also portfolio helps manage multiple projects by tracking progress and priority and more. This is what I was explaining you. When you have multiple projects, this will be very helpful because you can track them on this board. So this is your portfolio board to track all the projects. Okay. I'm creating it. Monday is so good at is user interface, so, and the visuals, right? So yeah, so now we have the new portfolio in place. So you can see, because there is nothing, no projects here, and it also tells you add your projects to this portfolio, of course, by just clicking here. So it's different user UI because it's a product and they have developed it, right, accordingly to match this portfolio and the project use case. You can click here and you can see you can add a description. It also tells you all these information. Right now there is nothing, so it's telling you everything is 0 here. Okay. Yeah. So now it's a good idea to add the project. So I'm going to add it, because unless I add the project, you won't be able to see anything, right? We also have a Gantt chart. Of course, I'll come back to this, because there is nothing, you can't see anything. Also, we have like a snapshot, and this I was talking about new user UI, right? So it shows you 0 projects, right? Okay, now let me go back and add a project. Okay, I'm adding a project. Now it can ask you, so I'm going to add a new project, of course, but you have the ability to see the new recent project, because of course I was testing and then I have already used these projects, right? But now I'm adding a new project. Okay. I can give the name, let's add it as new project. Also in the project, so what it does is basically, this is a portfolio board. So think of it as a parent board where every item, every row is going to be your project. Okay, because as I said before, portfolio management is an umbrella where all the projects resides there. So basically in Monday language, every item is your project. And now for that, in order to execute that project, you have certain tasks, right? But in order to execute that project, we have a separate board, which is that project board. But it's, of course, it's a separate board. So basically this is a new portfolio is it's a board where all the projects will reside, because you could see their name as an item. But then if you want to see what deep inside, like you want to dig deeper and go and see what's happening in my project, then you will go and click that project, and then there will be a separate board which will be opened up. So for this, they will use, how Monday does that in the backend is there is a project template. Of course, I have the ability to select the project template also. But by default, Monday has in the template center, you may be knowing there's a single project template. And by default, because Monday is so good at setting the defaults, right? Because we want something to be start off, right? And then unless we have that, how can we have that learning path, right? So then we have this already. So just for the, let's say you're doing this first time, then definitely you will select the default, because you just want to see, maybe you want to trial and error and then learn, right? So it will have this single project, but don't worry, because we can have another template. This is, you can see this is by monday.com and this is by Achievan. So we can create, and I will also tell you how to create that template. It's very easy. But for now, I will just choose this, and then I'm going to create a project. So this is, that's why I was telling you that, we create a project. Let's give. So this is, and you can see as soon as I created a project, this entire space was empty, right? But now I have this new project here, because this is the new project got created. And also I have all the columns which are rolling up from my project board. Now, beauty is, even if I added it as a new project, I could have changed this name and given some name, but don't worry. Monday has taken care of that too. The moment I change the name here, new project 1, okay? The moment I do that, automatically this one also will be changed in few seconds. So Monday have that sync. It has done the sync that if you change the item name, the project name also will be changed. Now I'm going to go into because I want to explain what are these columns. So rather than explaining, or maybe we can just glance here, okay? What are these columns? So this is owner column. Maybe the project management can be here, right? Then we have a project health column, which is rolling up from this board, right? Then we have a project progress, priority, then also plan timeline, again rolling up from my plan timeline is that what we plan timeline is always planning, right? You have to plan this before, so this you will be entering it here. So as soon as the project is created, I assign a project manager, then I also assign the timeline, right? And then actual timeline will be rolling up from the board. Now I'm going to the board, okay? Okay, so you see now this is a new project. So you see now automatically project 1 is also changed, right? New project 1 is become, and also this is my project board. So this is the template which Monday took it from the single project template, right? And as I said, we can have a different template because this is like little elaborated, like according to the project management standards, right? So basically what I was saying is your status gets rolled up, your timeline gets rolled up, right? Then you also have some of the columns like number columns. So if you are tracking your projects like number wise, plan, effort spent, if you have the budget, right, everything can get rolled up, completion date, right, that can get rolled up to the portfolio management board. So let's say that I have this date over here. Okay, maybe I completed this task today, so I have this date, right, 27th May. Now I'm going back to my portfolio board, okay, because I did some changes here, like I added this date, because what we are doing is, this is my actual date, right, this is my plan timeline and this is my actual timeline. The moment I complete any task, basically you see now I completed task 3, the today's date will be captured here automatically because we have the automation for that. And then so this becomes your completion date, and this gets rolled up to the my portfolio board as an actual timeline, right? So going back to my portfolio board, so basically I have planned timeline because that's what I've planned, but I also have the actual timeline where I rolled up everything. So of course it's showing me June 3rd because in my project, there is somewhere. So this is my timeline. This timeline I'm rolling up. So if I have dates as, let's say 28 June, okay. So now this gets rolled up to the here. And let's say I want also, it shows me how many, what's my project progress. So you see like 33% is done, and then there is this in work in progress. So if I change something over here, because I just have 3 tasks, right? So let's say I just change to done, right? So then if I go back to my new portfolio, you see now project progress. So basically this new portfolio management solution gives me the ability to show my entire tracking on the portfolio itself. And of course, if I want to dig deeper, I can definitely go to the actual board, right, project board. But let's say there is a portfolio manager and he just wants to see the overview of the projects, right? Because right now there's just one, so it's looking simpler. But in real time, right, there are like maybe 50 projects on flight, right, or like 100. Some of the organization I have seen, they have like 150 projects in flight. So then this becomes very easier just to see everything at one board. And then and this is like live, right? This is dynamic, meaning something happens because actually speaking, these owners of the task, they are different team members, right? There is like team lead, and then under the team lead there are some few members which are working on these. So this one, someone else is working, and then they are changing the statuses. But then on on the portfolio board, basically we are getting the updates over here. So there's less back and forth. Also, it becomes easier for portfolio manager. Also, the team members, they don't have to now update the statuses at 2 times. They are working on this project. They are working on this board in and out. So they are just changing the statuses here, but at the same time, portfolio manager is in loop. Something goes red here, right? Meaning stuck or required. This can be different, stuck, or we can rename it as require your help or something, or right, something goes red here, the portfolio manager will be able to see it, right? So that's that. Then we also have project health. Now the owner of this board is portfolio manager, right? Now the owner of this board can be project manager, right? So project manager is overseeing this particular project, and he's handling these team members, the task, the timeline, everything. It's his responsibility to check if everything is going correct. So basically, of course, he knows, and he wants to have this column here, right, at risk or on track. So basically he can just change it to on track, right, add notes or whatever, we have that also, or it's at risk, right? So the moment he changed this here, the same panda, it goes at risk. The moment he the moment he change it to now on track, automatically this goes on track. So basically everybody, the people who are supposed to work on the project board, they are just working on the project board. They don't have to, but then they don't have to updates or enter the same information somewhere else, because portfolio manager will be definitely busy because he has so many projects and that's his job. So what monday.com is done is they are working on their board, but we have just connected these two boards in a such a way that everything from project is rolling up to the higher level, right? And it has become like, it has made the life of the project portfolio manager simpler, and of course everybody's life, because the project manager no longer have to inform these updates, or we can have automation also on top of that. Something goes red or something goes off track, right? The actually I already have that. No, but I think I have it. Yeah, you see, when project health changes to off track, notify board subscriber. So anything goes off track, the notifies board subscriber. So let's say, hopefully it works. We have the automation. So basically we will, as a subscriber, I will get a notification that this project requires your help because it's off track. So life is become very simpler, that everything, I'm getting the updates right from the board. Then on top of that, also Monday has this Gantt chart here where you can see what, and it's already saved, so you don't have to do anything. It's showing me the timeline of the project, and of course all other projects which will be here. Then important thing, this is a new widget. Gantt chart you are very aware of, but this is a new UI Monday has added, where this is like a snapshot, and it tells you the project's off track. Currently there is no zero because there's just one project, right? But if we add another one, create a new project to and why you can see, we can have the template blank also, just for simplicity. We have filled some data in the template, so that's why you can see some of the information right here, right? Because we wanted to make the demo easier. So and then definitely in real-time scenario, maybe if there are standard tasks, you can have these tasks already appear here, but of course the timeline is specific to that project. All these columns will be empty actually, because the project manager who's handling this project is going to fill up all these information. His duty to fill up the task, assign the task, assign the timeline, assign the dependency if they have anything, and assign the planned efforts. If you are tracking every task at the every project at the individual task, then you have this also, and maybe the budget, right? Everything else will be empty. Now let me put something in at risk. Okay, so now if I go back to new portfolio, this is my at risk, and if I go into snapshot, it will show me one project at risk. And it also gives me this is like a project progress, right? So it also give me, so this has already, so it also shows me who's assigned to this project, because I already assigned myself. You can see this is not assigned, so this is empty. Okay, if I click on this, so you can, from here you can go to portfolio board, but if I click on this, you can also go to the individual project. So go to the, so this small chart comes, but if you see here, right, from the new project to, if I want to project board, now you see how efficiently directly from portfolio board I came to this new project. All I did, I'm going back and showing you again. Okay, so I'm showing you, I showed you project 2, but now I'm showing you project 1. So I just click here. Okay, then this little chart comes here, Gantt chart, battery, and all this information. And if I want to go to that new project because I want to dig deeper with what's happening with my task, or sometimes, you know, portfolio manager may want to see the actual projects, right? So then all they do is just click here and then they go to project, new project. So there is like seamless, very seamless transition between these two boards, and you need, the portfolio manager need not actually come here because he's getting all the updates, whatever he requires, he's getting it here already. And on top of these, Monday already gave us these 3 item name changes. Like if you change this item name, let's say project Achievan, automatically you see now in within fraction of seconds my project also got changed. So these are the feedbacks Monday really worked hard on, because this is what is expected. Like you change something, it's not like, oh, you have to change at 2 places because no, you have some restrictions over there. So I think Monday took all the feedback and it had come up with this great product, and which is free, because you have to be just enterprise, and it comes with that package, right? So definitely I will, if you are enterprise, it's a free product for you, so definitely use this product. And as I said before, this is not only for project management. I will tell you why. So let's think of it as a marketing example. Let's say if it is a campaign management, right? So this board can be, and one of the client, of course, before launching, that was like 2 years ago, we built this. Now it's like everything is automatic, but we have built this entire workflow without all these readily available features back in the days, in 2 years. And everything we had to connect it with the mirror column, because if you see, this is nothing but the mirror column, right? If you know Monday technically, if I go to my board right here, and it's automatic because you don't have to do anything, but ultimately in the backend is just a mirror column which is connected. So we did this actually, but now we were so happy to see this, because we had to put in so many hours and so many, like, it was a really complex workflow. But now with this project, actually it has reduced those working hours, right? And then it's very seamless also. When you build something from scratch, there is some, you have to consider some limitations, right? But Monday has overcome all those limitations and launched this product. So I was telling you about, it's not only for project management, because think of this as a campaign management. Now every project is just a campaign. Okay. And now, of course, to run that campaign, I have to have a board and certain tasks, right? Or certain activities, right? So then, and then of course, I need not have dependency. Of course, dependency is very important, because maybe my activities are depending on each other, because whenever you run campaign, there are some tasks to be followed, right? But then I need not need to have duration or planned efforts, because I'm not, the whole dynamics changes, right, when the use case changes. So I may not have all these budgets. Yeah, I can have a budget column, and then it's very simple board, just activities, owner, statuses, not even priority, maybe just timeline, dependency, and that's it, right? And then everything is and then I'm getting the updates over here, so because everything is connected. So yeah, so wherever so basically wherever you have a requirement where you want to oversee all your projects at one place, you can use this workflow. And yeah, so this is very helpful. But you can use this workflow, and then you'll get the update at just one place, and your life will become simple.